Freak Nation, how often do you get to just head over to the Hampton Inn, the parking lot, and catch a world champion, a champion in sprint car racing, Rico Abreu here in the crew working on the cars? This is what your Saturday mornings are like, bro?
It is. We're in beautiful Arizona, getting some warm weather. We just got done racing last night, moving to, the boys are prepping the car, get everything ready tonight, and I just out here spending a little time with them.
Does it make a difference if the driver of the car, granted this is your team, but if the driver, what if you were in the hotel, snoozing, sleeping till 11 o'clock, getting fat and happy with some of the breakfast, and you weren't out here with them? What would it mean to these guys? Do they like to have you out here?
Yeah, and I think we could really, it's good to debrief and get a fresh start to the day. And these guys are my friends, so it's important I come out here and spend some time with them. Just little bonding goes a long ways. You can let him go, Zach. He'll be all right.
Why can't Gus just come over here?
Come on, Gus.
Come here, Gus. Here you go.
Gus is...
come on, Gus.
Come here.
I mean, what's a freaking interview without Gus, man?
This has always got to be in the middle of everything.
I would imagine, though, and it's also, they want your input. You're the dude behind the wheel. You're the guy feeling the car. You've got to be able to communicate with them, like, okay, what kind of changes do we need to make for this different track here in Central Arizona?
Yeah, I take a lot of pride on that, too, and just being able to communicate well with them. And, they work really hard on all this stuff, and I want to show... my effort on the side of things of just being able to be here with them. And if I got to ride with them to the track, I got to ride with them to the track. If I got to help them clean the car or work on the car, or just as much communication as possible, I think goes a long ways in our sport. And like I said, we're all friends out here on the road, so it's that bond is pretty tight. Yeah.
We've talked about this for, again, 25 years with drivers, about the relationships that you have with your team. If you have a night, or if you have a great night, it translates into that car ride back to the hotel. Do you talk, if you have a crappy night, do you talk it out with your crew then, or do you let cooler heads prevail and the next day you talk it out?
I've done it both ways. I'm naturally a quiet guy in in circumstances like that where the tension's high. And I've also been, wanted to adapt and really focus on my leadership skills of wanting to, communicate and pound the nail in the head right away. Yep. And get the problem out of the way. And you can definitely sense, the tension when, there's a poor race result, or if something goes, doesn't go your way on track. Or if the car's off, I never want to scold these guys, for sure. Just if you really understand the work that goes on behind the scenes, and we're all a team here, so we win together and we lose together. And I think, on my end, and the ownership side of things, I really just want to try to raise the bar on the leadership side and make everybody sure they're comfortable in their environment, and there's not a whole lot of yelling. I know there can be frustration at times, so it's important that we all work together through and solve these problems. It's racing. You're not going to win every race, but you can really focus on making gains throughout, races. And we have the luxury of racing 85 times a year. So, we had an off night last night, and we could turn that around and win tonight. And you don't worry about your off nights when you win them.
But what happens when the car is spot on, but Rico has a crappy night? Does Zach let you have it?
Why
didn't you take this line? You saw those guys taking the line, Rico.
It happens. It definitely happens, and I think you just use that as a learning experience. For circumstances so you don't go through those. You minimize those mistakes, and you don't do that again when it happens. So
he hammers the boss if he needs to.
Yeah, we have open relationships here, so we're receptive to everything, and I think that's what's most important is people, they got tough skin here on this team, and and we're not sitting here making fun of each other. We're just working through problems.
I would imagine, again, Rico Abreu here in the Freak Nation. Crash is my wife. We have a beautiful 11-year-old daughter, and it's tough. It is. I'm human. It's tough to not carry my personal issues with my wife or my family onto a SpeedFreaks show. Is it tough for you once you put that helmet on? Like if you had an argument with Megan or there's a disagreement with Megan that, damn it, you got to leave it behind, but in turn 3 you're still thinking about it?
I do pretty. I feel like I do pretty good once I get in the car and get out on the track, and I try to stay really, really focused on, the people that I'm racing around, and understand, who I'm starting next to, who's in front of me, who's behind me, and how they race, and just really focus on what's out ahead. I think that's the biggest thing is not taking personal life distractions to out on the racetrack or to the race team.
Right.
That's a big deal, and they can the guys can really understand my presence, and my emotions and where I'm at and state of mind. So I have to make sure I'm very, very balanced.
So if they see that you and Megan are in a little tiff, they know they know to back off and how to tune the car a little differently. It's the Megan tune.
We gotta tune it with the throttle pedal.